Ooh, that's a Shaman of the Forgotten Ways. You know, we could probably make enough mana to activate that thing.
Today on Commander Replay, we're back with some more Jegantha Tap Creature Tribal. Will we get to activate Biorhythm? Find out next on Commander Replay. Hey guys, are you looking to get some card alters done? If so, be sure to check out RevelinsLight.com because they do absolutely amazing work, including my most favorite Aurelia altar. RevelinsLight.com, link is in the description below.
Welcome back, everyone. Playing some more Jegantha the Wellspring today, and this is Tap Creature Tribal. Take a look at this opening hand. Quest for Renewal is really good if we can get that going. Selvala is really good. Yeah, I think we can make all this work. Let's keep this. So round 2 with this deck, I powered it up just a little bit from the last time I played it a while back. I've added Quest for Renewal and Seedborn Muse. Seedborn Muse, unfortunately not a tap creature. The only non-tap creature in the deck. But yeah, they're just so good that, like, you know, last time, I don't quite remember what happened, but I remember thinking, like, yeah, I could put these in to power it up. So, you know, first time out with the deck, you're like, oh, it's a cute little deck. Second time, power it up a little bit and, you know, let's rock and roll, see where we can push things. So that's what I'm doing today. Still far from a tuned deck, I would say, but, you know, added a little bit more power to it. The creature count is still really high. Probably need to drop a couple creatures and just get, like, some more removal spells in the deck, but, you know, that is what it is. Turn 1 Soul Ring for opponent. That's not great. Play a Forest and pass like that. Reflecting Pool is a pretty good pickup, actually, because now we don't necessarily need to crack the Marsh Flats to get a second green for our Selvala, and I like that. So probably hold the Marsh Flats as long as I can to see what colors we need, since colors are valuable. We got some blue in hand. Triple blue right here, that could be a little rough. Soul Ring into Thaumatic Compass, everyone having the fast starts. Yep, it's not great. That is not great. Hopefully Selvala can bring us into the fight a little bit, because things could get out of control kind of quickly here. Winding Canyons for opponent. Kodama's reached. Yeah, there's the ramp. Now they're far ahead on mana. Got to keep them off the card draw, which is a pain. One thing to think about, too, is that with the timing of Selvala, we'll hope that they play Marisi first, so they don't get the card draw. Since they've ramped like crazy, the next thing we can do is, like, try to run them out of cards to have any kind of success. So there's a Volrath Stronghold. That's actually pretty helpful in the late game. Play... just play the Reflecting Pool right here. And we'll get the Quest for Renewal into play. And pass like that. Nate's playing Chevelle, Bane of Monsters. Haven't seen this one yet. 1/3 Death Touch. At the beginning of your upkeep, if opponents control no permanents with a bounty counter on them, put a bounty counter on target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. Whenever a permanent an opponent controls with a bounty counter on it dies, you gain 3 life and draw a card. That's kind of cool. Sort of like the, what's his name? Mathis? Is that it? Fiend Seeker? Opponent activates the Thaumatic Compass, gets themselves a land, puts it into hand, passes like that. Yeah, even just doing that, even just going like Soul Ring, activate Compass a few times is a very good place to be. Got themselves a Carnarium into play also. Hour of Promise, all the ramp. Oh, this is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. I don't know if there's anything in this deck, like, really good enough to deal with people that just ramp like crazy. There's some nasty stuff in this deck, too. Opponent passes, you know, turn 3 when they untap, they'll have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. 9 if they play a land on their 4th turn. No big deal. We definitely need to get this Selvala into play, and we need it to stick. Let's play the Mountain. Let's get Selvala. Pass like that. Opponent's going to put a bounty counter on our Selvala. So, yes, as I mentioned, we're playing Jegantha the Wellspring. Jegantha, 4 and a red-green hybrid for a 5/5 companion. Not using the companion mechanic today, but it taps and adds Wooburg to your mana pool, and that can only be spent on colored mana costs. Jeleva coming into play. And most importantly, it's a 5-color creature with a tap ability, which is the main reason it's our commander, and it's also mana ramp, which is helpful. So that is a nice thing. This deck is a little bit clunky, so, you know, getting some help. Not that you can spend all of the mana necessarily on everything that you're doing, but, you know, a little bit of help on your mana cost. Never hurt anyone. Taking a look at what our opponents are playing today, we've got Vermilion Nintendo piloting Morophon the Boundless. This is a human rogue. I don't know what he's doing. Humans, maybe? Not sure. We'll see. It's going to be some sort of tribal-type deck. So we'll see what he's got in store for us. Moving on, we've got Dark Matter 456 piloting Jeleva Nephalia Scourge. They said before the game, quote, this deck wasn't put together particularly well. So we'll see what they've got for us today. Ooh. They did cast their Jeleva. I think they exiled some stuff. Oh, we lost a Krenko and 2 lands and a Yisan. It's fine. I like Krenko. Krenko's cool, but Yisan's not my favorite card. As a commander, it's kind of OP, but it would be cool. A lot of mana, though. We're not set up on the mana for that at all yet, so. Watch, here comes an Elishnorn. Oh, Xenagos first. Can't forget Xenagos. Not a creature. Doesn't draw with it. That's cool. Commander next. Commander next. This one will draw. It will be huge and get its power doubled. Unless Nate's planning to counter this, which I really hope he does. He's going to despark the Xenagos. That's a pretty good play. That's a start. So no one has to get slapped this turn, which is cool. But opponent will draw a card right here. That's a Fervor. Fervor is helpful. Let's try to be smart about what we're doing this turn. So we can get 2 mana off of Selvala currently. It's probably just going to have to be that. Yeah, I think it's going to have to be that. And then we can get a 5-drop. Probably makes the most sense to get our commander. Next turn, next turn potentially we could do something like Fervor and Aethersworn Adjudicator, maybe? Okay, so play the Marsh Flats. Definitely need to get some blue, crack the Marsh Flats. We've got red already. I think blue and black is where we need to be. We don't have any white yet either. We won't be able to immediately activate Aethersworn unless we can find some white. Maybe we can with Selvala, actually. No, Jegantha makes white. Okay. Yeah, let's get an Underground Sea right here. Tap Selvala for some mana. That's going to put a counter on the Quest for Renewal. Let's add a green. Use the ability. Puts us up to 5 mana. Cast Jegantha. Triggers Selvala, but tied, so we don't get to draw. Sadness. Yeah, Marisi is really aggressively costed. 5-4 for 4 mana with the can't cast during combat and that goad mechanic. Both are really good. Does a lot. Does a lot for its mana cost. If you like some sort of like Naya aggressive thing. We've seen his deck before, by the way. Actually finishing up on Dark Matter. So Jeleva, they said, quote, it's not that well put together. So probably just Jeleva and big spells, I'm assuming. I think it's the other parts of that deck that you need to be careful with where like, making sure you ramp, making sure you have removal, all that kind of stuff. There's a careful study for opponent. And they do drop down a Primal Amulet. That'll put a counter on the Primal Amulet. So 3 more counters and it'll flip over. The thing we're looking for right here is no removal. Nate's sitting on all his mana. It's not the most ideal. But, of course, finishing up on our opponents, Mockfire piloting this Marisi deck. We've seen this deck before. It's just hard combat, Naya good stuff. There's Elishnorns in there. We saw the Xenagos has been taken down already. It's ramped really well. Thank you, turn 1 Soul Ring. There's an Immortal Sun. No big deal. More ramp. There's some card draw. Shuts off Planeswalkers. That's all stuff. In some sense, at least it's not like an Elishnorn right now. There's an Abundance. They can filter their draws perfectly. Yeah. They've got things. What does this destroy? Creatures and enchantments? Yeah, there's some of those I'd like to get rid of. Opponent's going to attack us with the Marisi. Yep. We're just going to go ahead and take that. 6 combat damage. They can goad one of our things, but we can just tap them all. The fact that we can tap them all. Oh, is it goad all of them? Goad each creature. Wow, that's so unbelievably strong. That's a Bloom Tender. Bloom Tender is more mana. With Fervor, Bloom Tender is potentially mana positive. That's kind of cool. Okay, this is going to be interesting. So if we tap this for mana, that'll get us 5. That gets us 5, but we can't use that any old which way. We got to be careful about how we use it. Yeah, I think we're set up to have a pretty decent turn here. Tap Selvala. Actually, let's not do that yet. Start with a land. Let's get the Volrath Stronghold, Case of a Wheel. Let's tap Jegantha. That activates the Quest for Renewal. Let's use Selvala. Actually, can use the green right there. We get 5 mana. Definitely going to want a white. Actually, the white's already covered there. Oh man, this is tricky. This is a lot. Trying to figure out what to do. Maybe we just add like 1 of each. I know we're going to need some extra blue. Let's get an extra blue. Get an extra blue. Add a green. Add a white. Got a black hanging out in the pool already. I don't know. Add another blue, I guess. Hope I don't mess this up somehow. Let's get Fervor. Use the Volrath Stronghold, I guess. Actually, let's get this Bloom Tender. We've got 2 colors of permanents currently. That might be fine, because I'd also like to activate the Adjudicator. So we add a little bit more with Bloom Tender. Cast Aethersworn Adjudicator. We have enough to shoot Marisi. Oh, if I made more... No, I don't think there's enough. Because it would take, 6 more mana to use the ability again. But we put 5 counters on that, so our stuff will untap. And that seems kind of crazy. I think we just had a turn. I think we just had a really good turn. Selvala and Quest for Renewal, and Jegantha. All these Bloom Tender, all these cards are crazy. Could never afford to build this deck in paper. Oh my, this is so expensive. Guess just untap this guy. Since we had, oh wait, anything else? Untap, that untaps itself. Yeah, just untap that guy. We could attack if we wanted. Might as well send the message, right? Oh, Dark Matter said, I didn't even realize this. Marisi completely counters how Jeleva works. Oh no, opponent's gonna shoot our request for renewal. Land, get a land. Yeah. We need white still, get a plains. Oh, that makes me so sad. That was so cool. I mean, we still have all of our cool stuff. Pray for no board wipes. Pray for no board wipes. Opponent's gonna keep activating that Thaumatic Compass, yeah. Make sure they hit those land drops. So good. Early Mana Rock plus Thaumatic Compass. So good. Just like saying, I'll never get stuck. And it's glorious. There's a Lazav, yeah. Whenever a creature is put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, Lazav may become a copy of it. It's legendary and hexproof in addition to those things. What spell do they have under here? Draw a card for each human you control. No humans currently, so yeah. Not going anywhere with the Jeleva. Not going to get a lot out of our deck. Few spells in our deck. Mostly board wipes are the spells, but like 40 creatures, so, you know, low odds for Jeleva to hit from our deck. Probably pretty good amount of creatures in Marisi also. I'm not sure what Nate's up to yet. Nate saying, if I didn't blow up your quest, you had a soft lock on creatures and enchantments. I'm pretty excited to try and resolve this Arcanus, though, and tap this for 3 cards. That'll be pretty sweet. Oh, God. Arcana of Valor's Reach. Let's see what type they choose. I had a crazy game at GP Austin back in January. There were 3 or 4 of these in play, each naming a different card type. I think like creatures and maybe artifacts were the only things left that you could cast. What'd they go for? They went for instant. All right, instants are off. Won't affect us too much, at least in this current moment. Probably shuts down Nate's deck quite a bit. Looks like he's doing a removal tribal over there. But yeah, no, the game with this, oh my god, it was such a crazy game. I should do a video just like talking about this game. Game ended up going like 3 hours. I was playing an older version of Legendary Blades, and just, it was a wild game. It was to the point, like, the game started at like 3:30, and then it was getting kind of late, and people were like, let's end this game, everyone's getting hungry, like, we just played through dinner time, and like, ooh. It was wild. Ooh, that's a Shaman of the Forgotten Ways. You know, we could probably make enough mana to activate that thing. But I really want to draw cards. However, this is naming instants, so like, anything we do during our turn, opponents can't respond, and that feels awesome. Let's check to see just how much mana we have. This will be 5, but we can't use it exactly all the ways that we want to. It'll give us 2, based on what we have currently. This will give us 3 mana by my count. This will give us 5 mana. So that's 2, 5, 5, 10. That's 10 mana. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 17 mana. It'll take... Oh, what's that? Is that 11? So we have 17 mana. That'll take 11 to activate that thing. Plus 3 more to cast it. That's 14. Which does not leave a lot of room for Arcanus. So I think that being the case, I think I'm just going to go on the mana plays here. Do we have protection in this deck? We probably need some protection. No Teferi's protection. Yeah, maybe that's the thing to put into the deck. Laying all these creatures were so soft to a board wipe. Play Arcanus. Tap Jegantha. Tap Selvala. Use a green. Actually, don't do that yet, because we don't know what we're going to draw, so let's use Bloom Tender instead. I guess we have the Volrath Stronghold, which is something, if all of our stuff gets blown up. Play Arcanus. Tap Arcanus. We draw Master of the Wild Hunt, Stoneforge Mystic, and Zerta Druid. What equipment did I put in this deck? Lightning Greaves, or Swiftfoot Boots, rather. Illusionist Bracers is cool. I don't think I want to show the Shaman of the Forgotten Ways play yet. So let's play the Westphal Abbey. Play Stoneforge Mystic. 5 mana on that thing? Oh, that's so much. I get an absolute headache playing Jegantha, figuring out how to use the mana. I can imagine it's only worse in paper. Illusionist Bracers, Lightning Greaves, and Swiftfoot Boots. We'll go for the Bracers right here, since we've already got haste. Play the Bracers. Play Zerta Druid. Does it say except for mana abilities? If it isn't a mana ability, is this a mana ability? I think it's a mana ability. Because something like a Deathrite Shamans isn't a mana ability because there's like other stuff that has to happen. Tap the Zerta Druid. 1 damage to each opponent. 3 to equip that. Gross. Let's... Ugh. We're 1 short of doing all the things I want to do. So if we tapped like that, then we have to tap out completely. And I kind of just want to leave this up. Yeah, I want to leave all that up. Okay. Pass like that. Pass like that. This deck's kind of hard to play. Maybe I just didn't get enough sleep last night, but a lot of things to think about. Nate's saying you brought the wrong deck to the table, but I think we're having a good start. Selvala is just kind of an OP card, right? So Bloom Tender's also pretty far up that list, which allows us to play these like kind of bad cards like Arcanus, Aethersworn Adjudicator. There's a Marchesa the Black Rose into play for opponent. Looks like human tribal, probably. Jegantha also, don't want to say it's OP, but pretty decent. It's a commander that makes mana. I don't think there's too many of those. Well, the ones that there are, the ones that I can think of, are all busted, namely both Selvalas. When your commander makes mana, it's kind of strong. Arixmethes makes mana. It's pretty good. Wouldn't call it busted per se, but I'm sure you could get it there if you... It is a blue deck, so if you load it up with counterspells, it's probably going to be an issue. Opponent blocks with their Jeleva, has Jeleva killed, so going to try to get some more stuff out of Jeleva. But yeah, definitely going to need to add some creature protection into this deck. What's that card? Legion's Initiative. Probably actually really good for this deck because it brings them all back with haste, gets you around Toxic Deluge and Mass Bounce. So that's probably one that I'll add, but also the spell stuff is good too. Teferi's Protection, Heroic Intervention. Jeleva coming back to play. Ooh, opponent's going to play Winding Canyons. Hope it's not an Elish... Well, they don't have the mana for Elish Norn. They don't really have much mana at all. They can play like a 1-drop. Opponent's going to flash in a Loyal Apprentice. Sure. Fine with that. That's what I need to do. Since it's no longer legal to try and make 5 copies of Viona, I should try to make 5 copies of Archons of Valor's Path. Actually, no, what is there, 7 or 8 card types? You need 8 copies of it? Ooh, that's a lot. So, Helm of the Host and Anointed Procession. Probably the easiest way to get there. Rite of Replication. Maybe not too bad. Maybe not too bad. Opponent hits some stuff. There's an Austere Command. Those are pretty good. Doesn't have haste, does it? So when it attacks, right? When it attacks, you may cast... Yeah, we don't want it to do that. Still summoning sick. Teferi's... Oh, God. Teferi's Protection, Austere Command, Traverse the Outlands, Rout, Rampant Growth, Peer into the Abyss, Diabolic Tutor, Jeleva. Opponent taps out. Yeah, there's a lot of nasty stuff under there. Some of those board wipes are probably ours. We get some other stuff. Exile, Kior's Follower, Land, Niv Mizzet. Oh, Mage Right Stone. Mage Right Stone is cool. Mockfire not going to cast anything on his turn. Interesting. Maybe fearing our little lock here with Aethersworn Adjudicator. Aethersworn about to put in some work for us. So tap Selvala. Let's make some mana. So we're going to want a black, a white, a blue. Let's make another black, a white, and a blue. Double up on everything just in case. Let's destroy Jeleva. We don't want all those board wipes happening. Use a blue. We're in the golden now. Opponents can't cast instants. So I think now is the time for Shaman of the Forgotten Ways, and then we probably just try to kill them. Some opponents will die to the Zerta Druid. Oh, that's a Selvala. Yeah, that's good. Okay, let's try it. No instants. Instants are off the table. Tap Jegantha. Oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. Play Shaman of the Forgotten Ways. Let's tap Bloom Tender for some mana. Shaman of the Forgotten Ways in. How often do you get to activate this thing? Activate Shaman of the Forgotten Ways. Activate Selvala to make some mana. Oh, we use the green. All right, well, do that. Start making some mana. Made a bunch of green. Got to use some other ones. So much mana. Each player's life total becomes the number of creatures they control, aka Biorhythm, a banned card from EDH. Opponent can cast creature spells as though they had flash. Yeah, might as well try to get some creatures into play. Ooh, that's a Gisela. Well, that's unfortunate. That means we won't be able to kill them with the thingy. Also, we can use Aethersworn. Okay. We've got answers. Selvala will trigger. This isn't damage. It just becomes the number, so that's fine. But we can definitely destroy Gisela, which will make their life 1 lower. Uh-oh. Lazav will become a Gisela. That's a thing. Now opponent won't die to the Zerta Druid like they are supposed to. So opponents go to 2, 1, and 2. These two will die when we activate Zerta Druid, but Dark Matter will survive. We need to figure out how we don't die to Gisela. How many wolves do we have? Tap all untap wolves you control, deal damage to you, boy. This is bad. Oh, we can untap this thing. Oh, thank God. Okay, how do we make enough mana to do that? Need to make enough mana to do that. That requires 6. Oh, we can attack with 3 creatures, right? Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay. Yes, that'll work. Okay. Activate the Zerta Druid. It'll deal 1 damage each opponent, killing these 2. 2 opponents go down off the Zerta Druid and the Gisela. Now we got to figure out a way through. Which I think is going to be play this Selvala. Oh god, no generic costs? Are we not going to have enough? Ugh. Crap. Well, we could play Selvala. We probably should have played Selvala before we killed them if we were going to do that. Oh, we can still untap this thing. No, I think we're still a little short. Have we played a land yet? So if we draw a land, potentially we could do something there, but then that takes away an attacker. Oh, God. Oh, God. Because 0 gets rounded down to 1. Do they have a mana crypt? They do not. Oh, you know what we should have done? We probably should have equipped that first. Maybe that would have done it. We'll have 2... No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. I think we have to draw, which I don't love, but I think we got to draw 3 cards. Hope for something good. Oh, hey, that's a Seedborn Muse. Can we get a Seedborn Muse? What is... this would flip over. That would give us a bunch of green mana. Does that help us at all? Cool. Super complicated. Oh, this is hexproof, so we can't even kill it, but we can still block it. Oh, I got it. We can untap the Aethersworn. Okay, I think I found the line. Play Soul Ring. Untap Aethersworn. Pray for no removal. Can we do anything else? I think that's it. Pray for no removal. That's the plan. Oh, we got there. Actually, we have an attacker. Although that's not going to get through Gisela. That gets rounded down to 0. Yeah, pray for no removal. Is this the steel one? Oh, it's the steel one. No. Oh, God, all the work. Yep. All right. Well, that's how it goes. I'm sure we could have did something differently on our turn. Probably our mana colors would have mattered more, too. Yep. Master of the Wild Hunt, probably not going to get it done. Because the fact that it has to, like, make a wolf and you don't start with any wolves, I just wanted to use it because you don't really get to use it that much. So probably pull that out, put, like, a spell of some kind in its spot because I need to get the creature count down a little bit in this stack. Down we go. Oh, man. Biorhythm bit us. This is why Biorhythm is banned, because you'll die to your own Biorhythm is what happens. Not actually. It's not actually banned for that reason. I'll talk about that for a moment. So I do think Shaman of the Forgotten Ways is fine, and Biorhythm is the type of card you want banned because Biorhythm has no conditions other than mana. And, I mean, a green deck can easily produce enough mana for Biorhythm on, like, turn 3, turn 4 if they're playing that kind of deck. So, yeah, Biorhythm definitely needs to be banned. The fact that Shaman of the Forgotten Ways has a condition that you have to meet and still cost a ton of mana, and you have to tap it, which means either you need haste or you have to untap with it. There's time to react to it, means they're 2 completely different cards. Like, there's such a big difference between it's a sorcery versus it's a creature that has to untap and has other conditions that you have to meet. So, yeah, so, you know, as far as Biorhythm goes, yes, keep Biorhythm banned, but Shaman, totally fine with. You almost never see this trigger, which is why I went for it. Because we probably could have played it safer and just, like, smothered the board with, you know, untapping our guy and shooting all the creatures, but way too much fun. When you play this deck, it's about having fun, not necessarily about making all the quote-unquote correct plays. So anyway, fun game. Maybe not so fun for our opponents, but we got to do some really cool stuff with our things. We kind of drew the OP half of our deck with Selvala, which was crazy. Quest for Renewal got shot. Would have been really insane if that stuck. We drew Seedborn Muse there at the end, kind of when we were just flipping through some cards. That, obviously a crazy card in this deck, but we didn't really eat too much removal other than the quest for renewal, which is kind of the key for this deck. You need to keep your creatures in play. If you don't do that, you're probably going to be in for a world of hurt. So anyway, we've got to have some fun with the deck. A little bit sad that we couldn't get past the Gisela. Completely forgot about the Lazav right there. Probably could have played around that differently somehow. Maybe by putting the bracers on the Zerta. Actually, yeah, I think that probably would have been the thing. I don't know if that counts as a mana ability, because I think the damage has to go on the stack. I'm not sure, but that probably would have been the answer, maybe. I don't know. But so far, I've had a lot of fun playing this deck. You get to use a lot of things you don't normally get to use, and that's been really cool, so definitely dig doing that. Like I said, I'm going to take out this Master of the Wild Hunt. I just don't think it's that great. I think it's too slow as a removal spell. With, like, Basara, you just need to, you know, if you have haste, you just drop it in and then tap it and kill something. I'm not running Avatar just because Avatar, it's pretty hard to get that cost reduction on Avatar low, but I think we do need some protection in the deck, so let's get a Legion's Initiative into the deck. And the reason I'm going with this is you can also use it to give your stuff haste. It'll untap it and give it haste, which could potentially be cool. But a spell would also make a lot of sense. A lot of 3-drops in the deck. Let's see if we can fix that any. I guess I'll work on it later. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, feel free to comment, like, or subscribe. Thank you for watching.
Hey guys, in addition to my TCG affiliate player link, I now have an affiliate link with Flipside Gaming, an LGS from my hometown. You can use the promo code REPLAY to save 10% on your next order over $10. Both affiliate links are in the description below. I want to thank my awesome Patreon supporters. We have one returning Patreon supporter in Jared Zemlin. Jared, you are awesome. If you want to help support the channel and vote on which decks I play next, feel free to check out my Patreon at the link below.